just finished processing some orders and got these guys rebuilt. So I can put these guys away now. And then with the order from this morning that had a lot of the parts for dimensions, I was able to get a couple more added. And now there's 4 pending approval still. But then after that, if we look at over fill in missing information, packing dimensions, and let that load, as we can see now after that 4 are done, then there's only 500 remaining. So just about there under the 500 mark. Still have parts on the way for probably another 50 to 100 more. So then there's still lots that will be done soon. So unless a whole bunch of new ones get added that none have dimensions for, which is extremely unlikely, that should be below 500 pretty soon. But then I can put these guys away. And since I don't have any code to work on, and no orders to pull, I can finally get back to work on listing. And I think the first one I'll start with is this container here, because I do want to keep this container in its drawer, or most of the contents, because for dimensions I use quite a few different neckwear things, and I just listed these also not too long ago. So then I'll just try to remove some of the damaged ones and stuff like that, and then put them in the drawer. So now is up for listing. Might as well work on this guy then, because today's a Wednesday, so that means that I don't ship stuff out today, I don't ship stuff out tomorrow, but I do the day after that. So then this here, I can leave it out on the table overnight if I don't finish it. I have no idea how long it's going to take. I've just given up on estimating for even simple things like this, because I'm never even remotely accurate for that. So then after that is done, there's just this stuff. So if I put that there, move this over here, got a couple more over here, put the Batman on here. There's an empty one for some reason. This is listed stuff. So then if I can get this done, then that would mean only this stuff is left. For the minifigure stuff, this is just all photo related stuff. It's not anything that has to be processed. So yeah, the goal will be to get this done and then work on this stuff here. But then once this stuff is done, which since now I'm not focused on coding and stuff like that for a while, I should hopefully be able to get done sooner than later, at least now that I can actually focus on listing. Once that stuff's done, then I guess I can finally get back to listing some normal stuff again over here. So yeah, just bags and bags of identical parts that are just waiting to be listed. So that's 1 container and 3 bags of the 1x2 brackets and stuff like that. So for those who don't know, because it's been a very long time, most of this stuff here is from when I sorted, with help, sorted about 2,000 pounds of Lego. Well, there's actually some minifigure parts here as well. But yeah, there's just lots of stuff left over from it all. And so yeah, then I have to get through it eventually. And this is just part of the backlog. A lot of the other backlog is over here, which I guess I don't actually film this side of the room too much, but it's all back here now, and it goes all the way to the back over there. It's all the way stacked up over there and everything like that. Lots of stuff to get to. It's already all sorted generically. You've got like all your round things. This here's for my dimensions container. Then got some 2x2 plates, 2x4 sides, and just all different sizes. You got your 2x bricks, your odds and ends, 1x bricks, vehicle parts. And how's this thing still putting heat on, because it's completely off right now? I don't know. Yeah, just have to get through a lot of stuff. But this here is the goal. I guess it's a slightly updated goal. But basically, I do want to switch entirely to new in the future, because used is just, it's amazing for when you're starting out, but then as you grow, it's almost impossible to scale, because you can't just all of a sudden just buy more and then just add it, because then it's just has to get sorted, washed, everything. So it takes a lot of time and isn't really scalable. But then with new you can. So then what my goal is to work on listing all of this stuff while I slowly switch to new, and excluding minifigure lots. I generally don't buy any used Lego anymore. I've had several people message me and ask me if I wanted to buy used lots, and I turn them all down because I've had purchases lined up and stuff like that. So now what I'm doing is, as I sell this, all the money goes towards new sets and stuff like that. But yeah, this stuff takes a very long time to get through, mostly because I keep buying minifigure lots. So yeah, then hopefully by the time I'm done listing all of this, I'll be able to switch fully over to new, maybe still buying used minifigure lots. I'm not entirely sure on that yet. But yeah, then I can hopefully get all this stuff listed, and then whenever that happens, it's probably several years at this point, if I'm being honest. Then after that, I can start clearancing it on the Bricklink store and getting all the used stuff gone so that I can have more room, and then hopefully switch exclusively to new at that point. But all of that is still very far off into the future. But yeah, I can get working on that stuff again once all of this stuff is listed. So yeah, then I'm going to get back to work on listing all this stuff. And yeah, there's probably quite a few dead bugs in here. And so I'll have to make sure I get rid of all those, although it has been cleaned out like 4 times. But as you can see, there's just stuff getting caught in it because that's just the basement. But don't worry, I make absolutely sure that none of that ends up in the drawers, and I deal with every single dead and living bug before it gets close to the listed inventory. But in the backlog, who knows? It's just crazy. But it does get all sorted and all that stuff removed before it gets listed. It's always a little overwhelming when you first dump out a large container like this. There's just so much, and it's difficult to decide where to start, but I'll start with this. Not going to be listing this. The print is almost completely worn off. Let's see if I can actually zoom in. Yeah, the print is almost completely worn off. It's covered in scratches, which most people just see this, but the trick is to get the lighting good, and you can just see the actual condition of a part. This thing is in horrible condition, and on the back just as much. Those are all scratches and marks and stuff like that. Inside is, well, normal, I guess. And then the arm, wouldn't be surprised if it's cracked, but it might not be. Doesn't look it. Oh yeah, that is. You can see it's cracked as well. So yeah, this here is just going in there, and so I guess that I can go on to the next thing now. And for some reason, there's a Shima torso in here. That's supposed to be in this drawer. Oh, it's still zoomed in. Sorry about that. So yeah, then now there's all of these. So I have to go for each individual torso. I'll actually need this set of legs from here. And then just go on to the next one. And this one here, let's see if I can also show it. You can just see how scratched up that is. That is in horrible condition. In addition to the arms, actually the torso has a whole bunch of bite marks on it as well. And so that one doesn't get listed. And so basically, stuff like that all ends up in the garbage container. But then everything else, if it's just like, for example, this torso here, it seems to be in relatively nice condition. As you can see, I'm reflecting it off of the light. There's a small mark in the top left part of the torso. See if I can zoom in. Actually, that was just the walkie-talkie. I think, yeah. 1 second, let me take a look. That actually might be a bit of wear on the walkie-talkie. Yeah, you can see that a little bit. So there's stuff like that. But then if it's just something like that, then I'll list it as has minor wear / marks or something. But then I'll put the torso sideways onto a pair of legs, and then let's see if I can get a good angle. If you put pressure like this, you can often see if the torso is cracked. So I'll apply pressure, and as you can see, there's no crack showing there, so that's good. And then I do that for both sides, and then I just double check neither of the arms are cracked. And then depending on the results, if it's just one arm cracked, I'll put it up halfway like this. And then if it's one side of the torso cracked, I'll then put the arm up the entirety to something like that. And then if it's one arm and one side of the torso cracked, I'll put the one arm up like that, and then the other one halfway. If it's both sides of the torso cracked, like that. If both arms are cracked and the torsos are fine, it's like that. And if it's something more major, then either I throw it out because that's multiple cracks on here and it's just a bit too much, or I'll set it aside and then I'll just do a second look over before I actually list it. So yeah, now I have to go through all of these, sort them all out by print type, check them all for quality, and then get them listed. I'm going to try to do it slightly differently this time. Instead of first creating the Brickstore file with all of the different stuff in it, like with all, like for example, creating with this one and then this one and this one and then all of that, because there's so many of them. I think what I'll do is I'll first check them for damage and then put them in the stacks here, and then after that it should have a lot of them, probably at least gonna finish filling up this drawer, if not that, and then half a drawer to another full drawer after that of damaged torsos. Once that's all done, then I can go ahead and create the brick store file, and then it might be a bit easier because there hopefully will be less of the torsos to go and sort. And then also, I forgot earlier, if neither of the arms are cracked and neither of the sides of the torso are cracked, I just leave both arms as is, but that probably was self-explanatory. So yeah, now I'm going to go through all of these torsos and then check them for damage, put the arms accordingly here, and if it's got damage that isn't an arm or a side of the torso, like for example, if this one here had like a bite mark or a nick or a ding or something like that, then I would put it up here or something, and then after that I would then go ahead and list those separately, double checking the damage as I list it and stuff like that. But yeah, there's lots to go, so yeah, I might as well start now. One other thing to keep in mind is it's not just the sides and arms that can get cracked. You can see here, I apply a bit of pressure and you can see the 4 or 5, actually might be 6. You can see, like for example, right here, 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 and here are some cracks. This here is commonly referred to as a V crack. You'll find it on, well actually, here's a better example of what it is. Let me get it like this. You can see there's a line going there, and there's probably one that's not too visible on this side here, and so that is a crack just like you have on the sides of the torso, and it's in the shape of a V and is commonly called a V crack. So this one's got a V crack on the front and the back, and I wouldn't be surprised if the sides were also cracked, but they might not be. So for something like this, I check to make sure the arms aren't cracked, and then I would just salvage the arms like I did with the other torso, yeah, a lot of them are just like that. So yeah, the question will be how many of these will be damaged and how many will be fine to list. So far I've started, these here are the good ones, some of them with arms up for cracks and stuff like that. These two are the ones that need extra remarks. Like I will be adding a generic remark, may have minor wear / marks on it, because most, like basically every single Lego part, new or used, has at least a minor wear to it, either from moving around in the bags in the set or during production, or just like minor wear from existing, for lack of better words. So that will be added to this, but then these will need extra remarks, and then so far these here are the ones that can't be listed, and these are the arms I was able to salvage, and all of these left. So the question will be how many will be left when it gets uploaded from however many it is that we started with. But yeah, it is quite rough on the hands when you're checking each and every torso for damage, and for, well, not for damage, but for cracks specifically, that it's quite difficult, because then you have to hold a tiny piece of sharp plastic. It's not that sharp per se, but when you're holding it quite tight while you're checking for damage, it becomes sharp, and then you check it on both sides of each torso. It's definitely tough on the hands, but that's good because then it toughens the hands up. But yeah, when there's a lot left and you've only gotten a few done, it definitely seems like there's no end. Just finished with all of the torsos getting checked for damage. So these here are all of the torsos in good normal use condition with no cracks or anything. These are the arms I could salvage. These are the ones with either some cracked arms or cracked torsos or combinations. These are the ones that need more detailed descriptions. And then this gets dumped into this, and then I can put that back. And then this, there is some other stuff in here from what was at the bottom of the drawer when I first started, but this is all of the stuff that is not getting listed from these torsos, along with some of the other stuff. So this will go into the damage bag over here. So let's just check to see how full the bag is. This one up here, it's getting pretty full, so I'll just put that in it and see how full it is then. So it's now being added, and the bag is pretty full now. So it's not quite full yet, so I'm not going to list it. It can get a little bit more in, probably half a drawer more or so. But yeah, then that's done, and it's now 10 49 p.m. So I'll be calling it a day. I'll just put these arms in the drawer over there. And then tomorrow I can hopefully get all of these torsos listed. Yogurt time. Just got one order in the mail today, and I am fairly certain I got the wrong thing, so we'll check in just a second. Let me just turn the lights on over there. Make sure there's no spiders hanging from the ceiling, because just yesterday when I was walking this way, there's a spider hanging right here. So turn these guys on. Put the heater back on because it is like 11 degrees today. Let's see what that number is. That's a 1, so I'll leave it at 1 for now. Don't need to put it up any higher. Make sure there's no spiders over here. Not seeing any. Get the light back up here. This light on. Okay, so let's check this here. And so yeah, then this one here, I'm pretty sure I went to the store for 2 droid minifigures, but as you can see, this is one with a dark orange torso and dark bluish gray legs. But then if we look, 1 second, let me get it up here. This one, and this is from this store. Yep. So I ordered 2 of these dark orange Battle Droid Commander minifigures, but neither of those are in here, and instead I got a singular rocket Battle Droid. So yeah, that's definitely not what I ordered, but yeah, then we can see there's the Chewbacca here, the Cole DX, although he is completely faded, and then a Foot Soldier, Mantis, Spider-Man, and a couple of regular parts. So everything else is right. They just sent me a rocket droid instead of the 2 commanders that I ordered. So I'll message them about that. But yeah, then can get this stuff listed, not listed, processed once I hear back, and get all of these things listed. But yeah, then in good news, there's now less than 500 minifigures remaining that need dimensions. But of that, a lot of them are Duplo minifigures, almost 200 of them are. So there is a lot there, although like 30 of those are on the way or so. But then the Adventures one will be knocked out soon because that's on the way. Then we also have the stuff on the way for Pirates of the Caribbean. Just ordered his beard, so just waiting for that one. Then we've also got the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. All of those guys are on the way now. So that's good. And there might be, oh yeah, Incredibles, that's also on the way. Got that torso. And the hair is up here somewhere. Yeah, you can see it right there. And then, yeah, so that is now finally below 500. And for reference, there's currently 15,838 different minifigures in the catalog. So, yeah, I'd say that's probably good progress. So there's 7623 for the parts. How many different parts? Parts 79,000. So almost all of the parts have dimensions as well, so that's pretty good. But yeah, then now that the message is sent and I'm waiting for a response, I'll get to work on these torsos again. And then again, we lose internet. And then just a few minutes later, we have internet back again. And then internet's out again. Looks like internet's back. Never mind, it just went out again. Internet's back. And internet's out again. Internet's back. Never mind, it's out again. Internet's back. Just finished creating the brick store file. So yeah, there's all of these different torsos, 52 different ones. Let's just double check that none of them need to be consolidated because I might have missed some of them. That put it down to 49. So which ones did I do twice? Okay, so it's these 3 here. So I'll just have to make sure I update that. But yeah, now I can get to work on listing them. All of them being checked for damage. Only these ones I'll have to check again. But yeah, I can list them now. Just finished with all of the torsos. So that is 205 and 80 lots for 133. And that is now done. So now on to the next. So I've been working for the past hour and a half or so on a new banner for the store. So then I was able to get this thing created, and I'm just trying to figure out how to upload it on Bricklink to this area here. Before, I don't think I have any tabs open for it anymore, but I used to have a bar that would say, well, no, I actually don't have that on that tab. 1 second, let me get it back up. So this one here, this is what it used to say. There's just text here, but you can actually put images here. I think I have an example from another store. 1 second. Yeah, right here is an example of what it looks like. And so then I was working on one for my store, and can't figure out what the shortened link thing is to set it up, so I'm still trying to figure that out, but this is what it is. So I just went with 5 different points: large selection, transparent pricing, instant checkout, low cost tracked shipping, and biweekly shipping, shipments and then shipping, and then some brief descriptions, and was able to make that. So it's a bit complicated. Which link was it at again? 1 second, let me get it back up. Here, 1 second, it's getting it up. And so then this person was helping with it prior, and so you can't see it in here. You have to click reply because it's code. And so this here is the code that you use to get it to work, but I'm not quite sure what the shortened link that he's talking about is. I can find this, but this starts with HTTPS, so it can't be just the image number thing here is what I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm just testing out different things, and I asked on the forum because someone always knows on the forums for everything, and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to figure out what this is, and then after that I should hopefully be able to get the image working. Okay, so this is what the link looks like. You have, for the href, you have / your store name or wherever you want it to point to. And then after that, you have the image source, and then that's how you have it set up. So that's done now. So I just need to figure out how to, 1 second, let me go back to the page. How to adjust it so it's actually properly sized, because right now it's quite tiny. So I need to figure out how to get it to display properly. So I'll work on that now. So this is the code that I ended up with. It's just the href, and then that's just / nub select, which is just bringing to the homepage on Bricklink, because it already just forces it to be Bricklink / just so that you can't link to other websites. And then after that, it's just the image source. So then that's the imager link, and then that's all. So then, well, here's another look at it if you're interested. It's just from this A to this A. That's the entire thing. And then this here is just wherever you have your image at. I have it located at the link there, so then it's just that image, and so that's how that all works. And then this is the final results. Now I have this on the page. So yeah, it's large selection, one of the largest in Canada because it's already at 19,300. Transparent pricing, no fees, only tax and insurance for orders, for select orders at $1.49 per $100. I just realized I accidentally left a quotation mark in there. Oh man, I'm gonna have to redo the whole process and get rid of that, although I do know how it's done now, so it's not gonna take too long. Then after that, instant checkout, and then low cost tracked shipments, because for some countries it's $5 Canadian fully tracked. And then I ship twice a week. So then yeah, that stuff's all done. So I'm gonna have to fix that, and then I should be done. So yeah, it's now being updated from this to this, with the only difference being that there, and apparently the formatting slightly. It's now a little bit more separated or larger. Yeah, just a fraction, tad bit larger. You can see it just a little. Might not pick it up on the video too well, but that's done now. So that took quite a while, but it is finally done. So yeah, that's if anyone wants to know how, that's how you do it. Yogurt time. Just finished rebuilding some minifigures with the orders that were in the mail, and this one with parts I had already. So these guys can go away. Then I'm going to place an order, maybe 2, but probably just 1. And then after that, I'm going to try to get through some more of these containers. Yeah, then finish rebuilding these minifigs, so I'll put that stuff away now. So my goal now is, since minifigure parts are driving me crazy, I'm dumping out the containers and then basically trying to sort them into other drawers as much as I can. I was thinking for a while about putting the bows and quivers together and stuff like that. And so I'm just trying to condense it as much as I can into other drawers so that I can put the drawer back without having to list it, so that I can then get to listing other stuff. So I'm just taking out different things like headgear accessories from here, visors I'll leave in for now, but just more normal stuff like that. And then these things I'll put into their proper drawers. And then let's see, can this be closed now? We'll see in a second. I might have actually needed one of these torsos. Oh no, that one is damaged actually. But then let's see here. Will it close? It doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll see. There's a bug there. They like to stay in these in the containers once the drawers are in the other containers for a while. So then I just go like that, and the drawer closed. So that's good to go. I don't worry about making drawers easy to open, because that's a future me problem, not a present problem. So yeah, then I'll rinse and repeat for all the different drawers and get that stuff all done. So with that, I was able to get just about every single one of the containers done. There's the classic castle one here, which I'm going to work on getting listed then now. And then after that, there is the stuff from my drawer that I call other tools, which is this one here. And then whenever I'm going through a used lot and then there's an accessory that doesn't really fit into any of the other drawers, or there's a part that's worth a little bit or something like that, I'll put it in that drawer, and then that just goes over here. Well, this is where it is now because it got full, and it's just somewhat generic things and stuff that aren't things that I'll just put in the missorted stuff that I do want to list eventually. So that's just all the stuff that's in this container, and this one as well. Might as well dump this into here because it's the same stuff. So that's all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to work on this. Then tomorrow I should hopefully be able to finish this. Oh yeah, that's that. I thought it was just a normal turntable for a second. So yeah, then I'm going to work on all of that stuff. And then actually, I think this part here is missing dimensions on Bricklink. Let me check real quick. I was just looking at this because I know I was adding dimensions for the rest of them. So I'm just checking real quick. Fill in missing information, missing packing dimensions. It was like energy effects, I think. Yeah, energy effects. This one right here. So slime. Let me just pick it up. There's that. Looks like it to me, so I can add dimensions for that guy then real quick. Yeah, then I'll try to finish that up, then get this done, and then all of that stuff that was on that table for the past, I want to say half year, although that's probably completely off, is going to be done. So I'm going to actually just quickly take out this plant thing, and then this tree stump. I don't think there's any other tree stumps. And then I'll put those things, once I stop recording, into this container over here, because that's my plant drawer. And then after that, I won't get that stuff done till tomorrow, but then after that, sometime tomorrow, I can finally start listing from this table again. Just finished with the castle stuff, so that was just 21 minifigures, 17 different lots for $212. But that does not include everything from the drawer. The drawer is still practically full and almost impossible to open, and stuff like that, but it's closed, so that's done for now. So yeah, then I'll put this to the side. So then tomorrow I just need to get this processed, and then after that I can then start on that table. But then I should probably just dump this into the bag, and then that's probably full again. So let's just see. I'll pause the video 1 second. So I'd say that that is definitely full. So let's just quickly check the weight of it out of curiosity. Turn the scale on. Well, that's turning on because it's got a countdown. I'll put that back and then bring this over, and let's see. So it is 1.7 kilos. So in pounds, so 3.9 pounds. So not bad for that. So yeah, then tomorrow I will have to get the auction ready for that. But yeah, then overall good progress. Yogurt time. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog, so thank you for watching. If you got this far, today I'm going to work on relisting these, and then one of these minifigures, I think it's this one here, I'll have to use a different torso as this one's cracked. on the front. Excuse me, as you can see there. That one actually on the Bricklink photo, it's missing the cape, so I am going to have to rephotograph that. So I just brought down a piece of paper because I'm going to try to just see what I can do with this, maybe to almost like make the background closer with a piece of paper while still having most of the box a light background. See if that helps at all, but then I need to try and photograph that to get that all done. Then I'm going to work on these guys, get that stuff put away, then list this stuff, get this thing listed. Then I have several more videos for YouTube I have to work on editing. So yeah, I got a lot to do today, but thank you for watching. If you got this far, today is a Saturday, so the next vlog should be out on Wednesday.